and where cutting-edge technology enables precise and timely treatments. At Tanner Health, every patient's journey is a testament to resilience, a story of strength, healing, and hope. We go beyond treatment to redefine what compassionate care truly means. That's Tanner Health. That's care redefined. Learn more at tanner.org.
Oak Mountain Academy is a vibrant community built on innovation, academic excellence, and a 64-year legacy of shaping community leaders. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school at Oak Mountain Academy, inviting you to visit the mountain and experience firsthand the passion, purpose, and personalized education that defines our school. Come see how our mission and vision come to life each day. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us so that you can discover your journey on the mountain, where every path leads to purpose.
National headlines and the local stories you care about. WLBB, Carrollton, News Talk 1330, FM 106.3.
And good morning. Welcome to Community Voice. Time is 8:30. I'm your host, Josh Engel, and this morning's episode with Ferst Readers of Carroll County, our illustrious guest, is currently being live streamed on our WLBB News Talk 1330 Facebook page, as well as our Graded Communications YouTube. So if you have any questions or comments for our awesome fun guests, who I've had the chance to talk to for a while here, board chair with Ferst Readers of Carroll County, Karen Wild, great name, Karen Wild. And of course, board member Heather Collings. We've been hanging out, chatting, talking. It's Heather's first time on the program. Kudos to you. It's your first time on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Again, so if anyone has any questions or comments for our guests throughout the conversation, don't be shy. I would be happy to read those out to them and get you some answers. So why don't we start with a superhero origin story on our guests. We'll start with Karen. Karen, tell us a bit about yourself, and how did you end up as the board chair at Ferst Readers of Carroll County?
Thanks so much. First of all, thank you for letting us be here. You've been a tremendous supporter of Ferst Readers, and we just appreciate the opportunity to get the word out. I am an educator and have worked my entire life to promote reading and literacy in the community. So really, we stand on the shoulders of the founders of Ferst Readers. That started way back in 2004, and the community built this project. And so, as a principal of elementary schools, a parent of children, there was just a direct line to serve in Ferst Readers, and jumped in. Oh, goodness, 9 years ago, and have been a member of Ferst that time. And for the past 4 years, I've served as the chair, following Karen Hartley, who did an amazing job, really led us through COVID, which gracious day, and just was able to kind of take on from there and serve alongside 13 others who serve on the board.
Groovy. Groovy. You know,
I think so.
It's so weird. You bring up COVID. It's like I just had flashes of a plexiglass wall here. I forgot we did
and
that.
Masks.
And
Yes.
masks, and everyone's paranoid. Oh, God, what a weird time.
Isolation.
But it's nice to see, this community's so blessed because we have an exorbitant amount of nonprofits that are out here really trying to help people. And I mean, I think it's a litmus test for how kind and loving our community is, the amount of nonprofits. So shout out to you and shout out to Ferst Readers. I'm glad that you were able to come on the show today. Stick with us, of course, because we're going to be talking about an upcoming a fundraiser. It's the Character Contest fundraiser. You're not going to want to miss this. I know somebody tuning in has a full Cat in the Hat suit. I know somebody's got an Edgar Allan Poe outfit. I know somebody has a big whale outfit. Like if we're going to be talking about that here in a bit. But Karen, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that. And I'm going to come back to you here in a second because
Sure.
we're going to talk a bit more about the organization itself. its mission, and maybe we can do kind of a recap on the last year, some highlights. Heather Collings. Heather, first time on the show. I love your glasses.
Thank you.
Lay it on us. Tell me about you. Who are you? Where are you from? How did you end up on the board?
So, well, I came to West Georgia for University of West Georgia, met my husband and stayed. Local businesswoman. We own a few businesses here and a few outside of here, a few in other states, different things. And I have a 7-year-old currently, but he was a participant of Ferst Readers, getting the books monthly. I attended one of the fundraising events and asked how I could help. And Karen drew me in quick.
That's a mistake. Don't go to a nonprofit employee.
Jerked her arm off.
So for the past 3 years, I've helped just streamline a few things. Just been really involved. And this year, I took the reins of this character contest.
Excellent. I mean, it sounds like a really cool fundraiser. I mean, I'll jump at any opportunity to dress up as a character.
You're in next year. Write it
Yes,
down.
yes, 100%.
Thank you. Well, I mean, I have a Captain America suit. I mean, and you may have seen me in the 4th of July parade. The guy that's out of breath, sweaty, looking for water. Like, I thought they had cups of water. That's a 5K. It's not a parade. But I love dressing up.
But it felt like that, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Absolutely did. So this is such a cool way to bring attention to the mission of Ferst Readers, as well as raise funds to continue the great work. Karen, Heather, thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah, sure.
Karen, let's talk about the organization itself. Ferst Readers. For folks tuning in, it's FERST.
Yes, sir.
Ferst Readers of Carroll County. If you could, maybe could you break down sort of the mission of the organization, and then maybe just kind of an overview of the services and how Ferst Readers serves youth right here in our own community?
Happy to do that. Honored to do that. So the mission is very simple. Really, two areas of focus. The first is putting hands in children.
Putting books in
hands of the children from birth until 5 years old, free of charge, and making sure that we have age-appropriate and high-quality books. Ferst is able to do that. I do want to elaborate on FERST. That's Robin Ferst Hauser, who, through her foundation, was able to establish Ferst Readers across the state of Georgia. And then we do have several affiliates across the nation. But our responsibility in Carroll County is to raise funds to provide for the books that we provide for our students. Our children, crossing
We're so happy
teacher
this
lines.
morning. We got so much to talk about. We're so hyped.
So that one focus is getting those books in the hands of children. The second is really helping our parents to understand the power of positive, loving words with their children that builds that confidence, that ability to attend to being spoken to, being read to, so that we're building success for children when they enter school and they're ready to take on reading and learning. So those two areas are really what Ferst is about.
That's tremendous.
Yay!
I love this. I love this. So, as far as the types of books, because I'm curious. So, like, what kind of books, what sort of books are typically gotten to the kids? Are we talking like, like young adult readers? Or are they very much like, Dr. Seuss books, or the places you'll go kind of stuff? Or what kind of books?
So a broad range. I guess I would be more specific with that. So there is a committee that is selected at the state level that consists of many, many different backgrounds and areas of influence come together and select the books, 12 books for each age range. So the babies that would be from birth until 12 months old, they're going to select each year 12 books, one that would be disseminated each month. And for example, for our babies, they're going to be board books. So those are the books that have that heavy cardboard with the plastic. Our whole point is give that book to that baby. Let them drool on it. Let them gnaw on it. Let them touch it.
They're not going to rip the pages out.
Exactly. Let it be worn. And then as the children grow, the complexity of the book grows with them. So we might start with things like Love You Forever as a initial book, and then moving to Chrysanthemum, a book that's a little bit higher quality, more word count, that requires more attention and more detail. And so the goal is with that book that comes, we provide a newsletter. That newsletter gives prompts for how you read the book. The goal is that the parent reads the book with the child 5 times. The first time, just to engage what are the events in the story. The next is to make those emotional connections. Then the third is to really bring about vocabulary. And the fourth is kind of moving it to the child so that the 5th time, the child is giving that story back to the parent. So it's just a way to support a parent who's like, what am I supposed to do with this? To really moving to what a child needs to be school ready.
It's great because, I'm locked in, I'm thinking there's such power in narrative.
Absolutely.
I know that a lot of friends who work in the fields with like special education, for example, and these are, in some cases, those are older children, and there's such a power and effectiveness in like a social story, a narrative,
yes,
which they can take in. And it helps, we're essentially wiring our own brain, you know what I mean?
Exactly right.
From those early years. So this gives them opportunity to develop some, to start not only using their imagination, but starting to maybe have a little empathy, putting themselves in the shoes of this character, whoever it is, even if they just lost their ball or if they are trying to find their dog, it starts that early. I'm starting to think.
You nailed it.
I'm telling you, Dolly Parton, eat your heart out. I'm starting to think you're Jolene. Are you Jolene? You're the one that she was singing about.
100%.
That's what it is.
There's
no
doubt.
I knew that I recognized you. You're Jolene. That's what it is. How cool. So this is a tremendous initiative. This is an opportunity to to expose kids' hearts and minds to some tremendous stories which are hand selected by the board. How is it funded? I know that of course you have donors and you have sponsors, but are there do you get any grant money or how do you make this happen?
Thank you so much for asking that. We are blessed by this community. We do have 2 specific grants that fund us pretty heavily. One of those grants is going away, and so that's a reason that we're building into character counts because we've got to kind of build that. We operate on about $120,000 every year. It's $8,000 a month to mail the books that we have obligated ourselves through registration. So we have the grants that we write. We've got a wonderful committee that works on that. Martha Ann Saunders, Georgia Evans do a great job of digging in. Terry Phillips of writing those grants. Heather's even helped on that as well.
What a hero, Heather. Heather's so awesome.
Yes. So that's one component. The other is really looking for how we have donors in our area. We are blessed to have school systems, our city government, our county government, the faith-based industries, local business truly support what we're doing, and it's just a matter of asking and making those connections. We have a great fundraiser that is Fashion First, and we've got a group of ladies at the
Sunset Hills.
Sorry, I started to say Southern Hills.
Hills.
Sunset Hills Country Club, who does an incredible fashion show. They've got that taken care of, so that's a big fundraiser for us. Tremendous support. It sells out, I'm not even kidding, within days of it opening up. So it's people in our community really respect.
That is the event that recruited me.
There we go. That's
she
where
caught you at Sunset Hills.
Yeah, and there are many folks that come to that and they realize we're a volunteer organization, and it's very much a working board. It's not just show up and cheer. We need that too, but it kind of evolves in that. And once folks see you, what you're doing, they opt to join. I'll give you this example if we have time.
Yeah.
Just this week, I presented to Alpha, Delta, Gamma, and they wanted to know about Ferst Readers. So I started sharing how we do our registrations at open houses and schools when things kick off. So there were probably 15 ladies sitting there, and they were like, wait just a minute. We could go do that. We can help you. That is exactly how this works. It's just
and that's what we need is boots on the ground to be able to go in front of people.
Well, it's an infectious cause. You know what I mean? It's like as soon as you get the scope, you're like, oh yeah, of course. Like we need, we need kids away from screens a bit more and maybe more into the pages of books from the the thick cardboard pages that they're going to be drooling on, all the way to the delicate, pages of Herman Melville or whatever. You know what I mean?
Maybe not quite.
Maybe
there,
not quite there. That's third grade. No. I mean, that's spectacular. So she caught you right on the runway as you turned around. You went to go back. You threw the blue steel to the crowd, and then they caught you. Okay, that is wild. Yep. Oh my gosh! So this is a great. I loved hearing sororities and groups are partnering. Right. They want to support the organization, and guess what? Our listeners can too by participating in the character contest fundraiser, which we're going to talk about in our next segment. We're about to take that first break, but first, two comments. We already got some comments in from Bridget Stewart. She says,
I love her.
She says, hello, friends. And then she says, early literacy is critical for brain development. See, that's what's up. That's what's wrong with me. I didn't read enough when I was younger. Bridget, thank you so much for your comments, and thank you for everyone who's tuning in. We're going to go ahead and take that first commercial break. We're going to come back, continue our conversation with Karen, Jolene Wild, and Heather Collins as we discuss First Readers of Carroll County. And when we come back, we'll talk about the Character Contest fundraiser, which you can participate in and help support the great work of First Readers of Carroll County. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health and Oak Mountain Academy.
Imagine a place where every heartbeat is monitored with the utmost care, where emergencies are met with swift attention, and where cutting-edge technology enables precise and timely treatments. At Tanner Health, every patient's journey is a testament to resilience, a story of strength, healing, and hope. We go beyond treatment to redefine what compassionate care truly means. That's Tanner Health. That's care redefined. Learn more at tanner.org.
Do the math. At Oak Mountain Academy, our average graduating class has just 12 students. We celebrate a 100% graduation rate with more than $10.5 million in college scholarships offered. Plus, 96% of our students are accepted into their top choice college. Do the math. Can you see the value of an OMA education? I'm Patrick Uran, head of school at Oak Mountain Academy, and I'm here to help you do the math. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us so that you can discover your journey on the mountain, where every path leads to purpose.
And we're back to Community Voice. I got Karen Wild, board chair, and Heather Collins, board member with First Readers of Carroll County. If you're just tuning in, go check out the full podcast of this episode. You can share the podcast of this episode, or you can also share the Facebook live stream and the YouTube, the Grad Communications YouTube live stream of this morning's episode of the Community Voice. We just got back talking about the organization itself, how it's funded, how it operates, how it serves children right here in our own neck of the woods, and why they deserve the support that they get. And thankfully, they've gotten a lot of support over the years, but we just lost one of the grants, the key grants. It happens in the nonprofit world, but thankfully, we have an amazing community and local businesses and folks that have stepped up and helped sponsor the great work of First Readers. So Heather Collins, we're having a great time so far. Heather, you made a good point. Before we get into the character contest fundraiser, if you would indulge me.
Sure.
You mentioned something about Spanish versions of some of the books being available. Could you speak to that?
Sure. So some of our books are in Spanish. They're sprinkled throughout the year and throughout your time with First Readers, because we want to be able to hit that community as well and make them feel included.
Shout out. That's really cool. Awesome. Well, that's a good thing for listeners to know. So know if you happen to have if you're a multilingual family, and you want to possibly, you maybe could even go back and forth, Spanish, English. It's a great way to incorporate that. I mean, if I had kids, I would probably do that, because it'd be nice for them to not have to start Spanish when they're in like high school, as I did, and I barely remember anything. Lechuga, lettuce, I remember that.
Oh, that's
so
helpful.
Very helpful. So if I get stranded in the middle of Mexico, they're going to be like, lettuce? Yeah. So let's jump into it. So the character contest fundraiser. How did you come up with this thing? I mean, I know that, Karen snatched you off the runway at the Sunset Hills event. How did this come together?
Is this our third year or fourth year?
Third
year. So we just came up with the idea to get the community involved. And what we have them do is we pick random people in the community. We ask a plethora of people and only a handful commit. But we ask them to pick a book of their choice, and they'll dress up as the character, and then they'll do social media posts throughout the time of our fundraiser, and people can go on the website that we will have the link to on our Facebook page.
Cool.
And they pay $10 per vote to vote for their person, and they can vote as many times as they want, and that's how we raise the funds for this.
Oh, that's fantastic. So if you have a knockout costume, like if you're in a full Roach outfit, like from Kafka, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Metamorphosis. If you got one of those on, then you're gonna. She's like Karen's laughing, Jolene's laughing. So and people happen to think you have the best literary costume. Folks can vote by throwing $10 at Ferst Readers. It's a win-win because it helps get books in the hands of kids, and you get to vote on the costume you think's the best.
And we have a group chat that Karen created, and we started it yesterday, where she'll go on every morning and update the standings to kind of talk a little trash and get people a little excited.
She would. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, stir the pot.
Yes,
That's right.
100%.
And we have some very competitive folks. We've got, it's just like anything else. You've got the main chat, and then you've got the side chats.
Oh, the side chats
and
are where
those,
it's at.
that's the good stuff. That's where some
Those
of
are the ones,
my friends are like, I'm going to get this.
Yeah.
You just watch them go down.
Yes.
Just watch. This is cool. So this fundraiser, it's now did it kick off this past Monday?
It starts March 9th.
Starts March 9th. Okay, Monday, March 9th, and it runs through the 18th of this month.
Correct.
Okay, so let's say that.
And I will say if it's really close, we might push it a little bit. But we'll see how it goes.
I have a question. We got another comment. Sorry, not trying to. This is a good one though. Tina Stennett Shockley. She says, years ago, my daughter was asked to be the $250,000 book recipient by Governor Sonny Perdue, the Civic Women's Club nominator. FYI, she is graduating this May from Boise State University with an environmental science degree. What a wonderful foundation. Feeding young minds. See,
That's incredible.
So well written.
Incredible.
Well written. Thank you very much, Tina. I appreciate that. This is the ripple, right? This is the ripple effect of getting books in the hands of these kids early.
Yes.
So
just to tie to that, I just want to say something that we've also noticed the past 3 years. The star student in our area were all Ferst Readers. So that is a statistic that we like to claim. Not certainly that we put the work in through all 12 years of their education, but maybe.
I'll say that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Put that work in.
That would be great.
I'll say that.
So that's it. Just starts things right, and it's that connection with the parent, that reading together, that security, those opportunities to build that positive relationship that just lasts a lifetime.
What an impact. And then, they end up being the star students, valedictorians, salutatorians over here. That's really cool. Tina, thank you for that. Vanessa Music, who I adore. What's up, Miss Music?
Too.
Vanessa Music, love Ferst Readers. Thank you for all that you do. All-time favorite was Dr. Allison Key as Elvis. I remember that.
She won.
Dr. Allison Key. Yeah, Dr. Key's just
Vanessa is going to be on our advisory board. She just accepted that role. So
you couldn't pick a better
rock
one.
Star.
I'm telling you, the whole 316 healthcare crew, it's amazing. They're so top-notch. They do great work. They're always volunteering in the community. Thank you, Vanessa, and, of course, Dr. Key, for all the support that you show this community. And you were a tremendous Elvis, honestly.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And you were like the later Elvis, too. Like, not even like the hound dog Elvis. So let's say someone, an attention-seeking person like myself wanted to participate in this. How does one do that? As a costume.
Well, as a costume,
Like as a
you're already signed up for next year.
Excellent.
It's
I
a
like
done
that.
deal.
I like that. So now people that are tuning in, could they still do the costume contest, or is it done? Like, are those people selected?
So it's selected for this year.
Dig it. Okay, I get it. So you pick known names in the community, like a radio show DJ. I got it. And so that's why I'm on the list for next year. So you may see Jay Gill, dressed as Pagliacci. You may see Michelle Morgan as Anne of Green Gables or something.
Michelle Morgan she did 2 years ago. She was Little Red Riding Hood, and I've forgotten her dog's name. Apollo
Was the wolf?
Yes.
Did she dress him up as an old woman, like a grandma?
Perhaps not an old woman.
Because that would be hilarious, like the wolf in grandma's clothing.
Well, we do have Coach Englehart, who is the new head football coach at West Georgia, and he's the big bad wolf this year. So you'll see him.
Okay, so this is all right. Now that my smooth brain has gotten around this, so the list this year. Can we talk a bit about who's on the list this year? Lay it on us, because this is a great idea. I mean, this is really cool. Who's all on the...
Let's see. We have the president of the chamber, Ryan Owenby.
Love Ryan.
And she's going to be Miss Frizzle.
Uh-oh.
It's fantastic.
Ah.
We have the
can't wait
principal
for
at
that.
Carrollton Elementary as Fancy Nancy.
Nice.
Principal at Glanton Heinzman, that's Cecilia. She will be Pete the Cat. And then Marla Turpin, the principal at Central Elementary, is Dorothy. Ooh, I'm doing this from memory. I'm
Yeah, me
sorry.
too.
That's
I'm
great.
trying.
This is what happens when you
trying.
start reading early. You got great
But
memory.
I just want, if I could connect this to it, we have tremendous support from the school systems. So 2 years ago, Mr. Cower and Dr. Albertus, superintendents, and from Oak Mountain, Patrick Duran, were all engaged and brought in tons of support for that. We try to pick a broad range, focusing on different influence groups. So city government, county government, we've had Betty Kaysen, Michael Johnson, school systems. I do want to say this for all of the sports fans that are watching. Last year we had Joey King and Rich Finley. Now, I just want you to look at their success in their football programs. I feel like it had to do with being part of First.
I think it is. I think that little pixie dust got off on them and the influence that was made. And then
No pressure, Steve Eaglehart.
right.
No pressure at West Georgia this year.
no pressure. And, what a beautiful partnership. School systems working together, Coach Finley, and plus, honestly, it's always nice when someone's a good sport. If someone's weird, like, oh man, you talk about me never talking to you again. If you're like, I'm a little too serious to dress up like that, I'm like, that's cool. There's the door. I don't want to know
That's
anything
not
about
our
you.
vibe.
That's not the vibe at all.
Well, area businesses jump in too. So we've had Cedra from Sweet Peas. We've had Allison Grooms, Jules and James. We've had Kelly from Main Street. I'm going to miss somebody. We have Dr. Key. This year we have Casey Hembry. So really looking at folks who are a strong presence on social media, because that's how this plays out. They're going to do the postings with the link, and looking for the folks that love them or enjoy their costume to vote for them. That's $10 a vote. And just to share, the first year we did this, we did it on a very limited scale. We raised about $5,000. Next year we went up to almost 10, and we're really pushing this year. We've got 13 contestants. Well, we have 14, but some are doubled up, and we're really pushing for 20,000. So we need that to happen in order to make the debt that we have from the lost grant. But we've got the folks, Mac and Amber. We've got Villa Rica representatives. We've got Mount Zion. Faith-based, Reverend or Pastor Dorch and Rob Brown from Community United Methodist. I'm trying to think who else. Anna Clifton, Director of HR at the city. And West Georgia Realty, let me brag on them. So every year they have a representative, and Debbie Rambo is on our board, and she goes and gets somebody each year, and they do a tremendous showing. We have the Trits this year that will be the
Trit
100
Realty.
Caterpillar. Yes. So yeah.
Yep.
So this
Fantastic.
is the best kind of community voice, right? We're having such a good time. We're so locked in that we just went right past when we would take that second break. But here's what we're going to do. We're just going to save that second commercial break to the end.
Okay.
So we have about 3 minutes left.
Okay.
Now, are there any other sponsors? We got two. Well, Colin just told me we got 2 minutes left. Are there any other sponsors or folks, participants, anybody else you want to give a shout out? I know that we covered a lot of folks, but is there anybody else you want to give some love to before we wrap up?
Can I say one more comment? So it only takes $50 or $60, between $50 and $60 is where we're at right now, to cover one child for the whole year.
Nice.
So when you're considering voting, consider voting for 5 people, or consider voting for one person 5 times.
Sure.
Because that puts books for a whole year for one of our children in the community.
Excellent.
And that would be a challenge. If you've been a recipient and you've had this, you've been able to receive $50 to $60. This is paying it back, or kind of paying it forward in reverse. That would be paying it back.
Absolutely.
I do want to thank Tanner.
Okay.
One of the things that we do is we do a conversations count with their third trimester families. So in Carrollton and in Villa Rica, once a month, we'll go and we'll talk through conversations counts, how those positive, loving words fuel the work for them to read with their babies and moving forward. So huge shout out for that partnership with Tanner. Tanner.
Tremendous. Well, we're down to 1 minute. So, where can folks vote on the characters, and where can they learn more about the organization?
It'll be on our Facebook page for Ferst Readers of Carroll County.
Follow and like that.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
follow and
like
like
that.
so you can see all of the things. We're going to start posting today.
Excellent.
Hype
Yeah.
type
Hype it up.
posts.
Okay.
And you'll be able to see all of our characters and what their characters are going to be.
So, Ferst Readers of Carroll County, and is there a website?
Yes. carrollfirst.org.
FERST
Yes.
.org.
And but the easiest way is getting on that Facebook. We have it on Instagram as well. Carroll Ferst Readers.
Karen Wild, Heather Collings, thank you guys for a great morning.
Thank you.
And thank you
so
to
much.
everyone who tuned in with us, participated, and will be participating in this fundraiser. Support Ferst Readers of Carroll County. We'll see you tomorrow.